of milk.
Oh no, I don't know.
Y'all are both. Hey, y'all are both standing there. Y'all are both standing there like, no, sir, no, sir, go ahead. You know what? Because you have done this and showed me this favor this day, I am going to buy your whole $3 of groceries that you have there.
Well, we're close to $100.
Yeah, so. Today it's going to be $100 to $200 easy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did he say why he did it? Was he a weirdo or was he just blessing you? Oh, my bad.
It's a little bit odd fellow, eccentric a little bit, and randomly, he was one of those guys that everything he does with numbers. So it's a blessing comes in numbers. I don't know. Numbers is this thing that he equates in his head. Everything he equates to being bad or wrong has to deal with numbers.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, just, I don't know, slap him on the butt and say, good game. Thank you. Appreciate it. God bless. You know, but, didn't you bring up Isaiah 25, like literally 2-3 months ago?
You and I never discussed Isaiah because I was never an expert in Isaiah, and I'm not an expert in Isaiah. Only started to delve in Isaiah most recently. So
no, I know, but like 2 or 3 months ago, you came over here asking about the book of Isaiah. I could have swore it.
No, you and I have done with Book of Revelation, in which you have a tendency not to get into that. But yes, we have gone into.
Yeah, no, I talk about the Book of Revelation a lot. Honestly, I just don't do it on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know what hesitation when it comes to Revelation. I guess.
No, it's stupidity of people. They like to argue about it, and I don't. I don't like to argue about it. I think it's dumb. So.
But Isaiah is no different. I mean, he's giving more details.
Well, yeah. It's you would think it's no different, but it is, because the Old Testament is a bunch of like crumbs, and then from crumbs it turns into pieces of bread, and then it turns into loaves of bread. And so when you get to Revelation, and this stuff is being written out, it's no longer a loaf of bread. Like it's like all of it in its entirety. And so if the crumbs were not picked up, you understand? And
yeah, I understand.
Okay, so it's not the same thing at all, not even a little bit. So there are multiple things in the book of Revelation that if you don't understand, like for instance,
the crumbs of the Old Testament.
If you don't understand it, you're gonna go left field. You're gonna go left field, and you're like, bro, like, whoa, let's back up. It's like, again, it's no different than somebody today saying that they don't need to learn the basics of math. Teach me algebra today. It's not going to happen. It's not. So I do it for the same reason that a teacher would recognize, I can't talk to you about this. You don't understand basic math, you know? And I don't mean you, Tony, figuratively. I'm saying a person. A good teacher knows when someone is not ready to hear something, regardless if people want to like it or not. And, you know, the Bible's the only thing that people can get away with this and say, oh, well, it's because you don't know, or what you think about it is wrong. It actually means, see, you can't do that in real math in this world. You can't do that because you could prove that the person don't know it. But see, for some reason, when it comes to the Bible, we have more liars than we do people who tell the truth. And so now everybody's confused. Everybody's confused now. And so I make it real simple. I'm going to make disciples. That's what I'm going to do. And anyone that wants to come and learn, they can come and learn. But this idea of going out and finding someone who disagrees with something, you know, to build a point that I'm just going to argue with them. Oh, I found someone who disagrees with me. I want to argue with them. That was never the way to do it. Hold on a second. Hi, when you get here, no notification. You got to turn your notification on. You got to turn your notifications on. My parents got married yesterday. Well, how the heck are you here? What? Are you saying they got remarried? My parents got married yesterday. Say congrats. Man, technology's something else. You in the womb texting this? How did you get in here from your mother's womb? we're on a trip. Yeah, but what the heck you mean my parents got married? The heck you talking about? Help me out. Not trying to be rude. What do you mean your parents got married? You mean they got remarried? They got divorced and remarried? What do you mean they got married? Man, excuse me. Pardon my ignorance. Oh, maybe they were never married. Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. They weren't married. Now they're okay. I apologize. I'm sorry. I guess everybody's supposed to have a perfect family like mine. That was obviously a joke. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice, right? To have just a perfect family, right? That'd be so nice. Like the Brady Bunch or, the Huxtables, that'd be amazing. Sadly, I've never met them. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, when I was younger, I used to think some of my friends, family, I used to think, that I was like, man, wow, yeah, perfect. Now, they weren't all jacked up, but it kind of hurts you when you realize, oh, so y'all aren't perfect family? It just kind of hurts because you thought that they were, But again, at age 13, 14 years old, some are more mature than others. Let me see.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Tony. All right. So what's up with 25? Isaiah 25, Tone.
Well, I don't know if we can do this now because I have to step to an appointment. So
you had it last time. I'm telling you right now, my memory's not perfect, but you came up a few months ago and you brought up Isaiah. I'm telling you did. And you know what? You couldn't stay long.
Which one?
No, listen. And you said, I can't stay long because I got to go to an appointment. The same thing's happening. Is this deja vu? Is this the same day? So what brought up, that's fine. You ain't got to stay long.
So Isaiah like to use in that day. So in this day. Okay.
Yeah. So what's up with 25?
Entire book has to be decoded because like you said, it's pieces of bread. If you don't understand those pieces of bread, you're not going to understand the book.
Right.
So you gotta correlate it with what has a correlation, definitely with the book of Revelation. And that I'd like to see you decode from verse 1.
All right, decode what exactly? Just chapter 25?
Well, it talks about the olives being shaken. What the heck is it? And the gleaning of the grapes.
Okay, that's fine. Give me the verse so we can go straight to it.
Hold on. Let me give you the verse. It says the gleaning of the grapes is there.
Yeah. And we'll just get straight to that. But I'm going to show you everything in the Bible that will help make this make sense, right? It's not just chapter to chapter. It's the Old Testament in its entirety.
Verse 13. It talks about.
Right. Verse 13.
Yes.
Go ahead. Hold on.
You agree.
Hold on. You said the book of Isaiah.
Sorry, Isaiah chapter 24. My mistake. 24.
Chapter 24. All right, go ahead and read 12 and 13.
Okay. In the city is left desolation, and the gates smitten with destruction. Wow. When thus it shall be in the midst, my Bible, of the land among the people, therewith be as the shaking of an olive tree, as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done.
All right,
they shall lift up their voices.
All right, so right there. What does that mean, that phrase, the shaking of the olive tree? What is that?
The Lord is shaking the olive tree.
Well, yeah, but in real life, after the olives are ripe, they shake them to make them fall down so they can get them.
Yes, of
right.
course.
So we do that today, right? We get this like rubber band thing. There's this machine that's like, it just vibrates the heck out of the tree and makes these things drop.
That's harvest time, right?
Right. Harvest time, right? Okay, so if we go to the new wine, I don't know, might be verse 5, 6, or 7.
Verse 5 of this chapter?
Yeah, like just start at 5 and read down. It's somewhere right there.
And the earth that is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the law, and have changed the ordinances and have broken the everlasting covenant.
Yeah,
Therefore,
it should be right there. Yeah, they broke the everlasting covenant. And then what?
And therefore the curse devoured the earth, that they all that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and few, okay, that's what you're getting, few men left. Few men left. Are you talking about the
keep going. No, keep going.
Okay. And burned up, and the new wine mourneth, and the vine languisheth, and the merry heart do sigh.
Okay, so there's this destruction.
Yes.
And then there's this new wine.
Okay.
That takes place. What verse is the new wine? What does it say, new wine?
Verse 7.
7. Okay. Verse 7. The new wine, the new wine, right? It says mourneth. It says the vine languish, all the merry-hearted do sigh. It says the mirth of tabrets ceased, the noise of them rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So it says there is crying for wine in the streets. So even though this is talking about physical stuff that happens, it has 100% a spiritual input in the Bible. And what is the new wine today? Today for us, what's the new wine?
New wine is Jesus Christ.
Right.
But the new wine mourneth. He says they're mourning.
They are mourning because they don't have any.
Okay.
All right. So it says,
and the vine languish, so the vine can't produce.
The vine can't produce. Right. So we get to 12, because what verse did you give?
13.
13. All right. So 12, it says, and the city is left desolate, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Right? The gate that Jesus says, right? Jesus talks about some gates. Okay. And it says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. So gleaning, we know gleaning is like, it's the last, like if all the main harvest is gone, everybody's walking in a field just picking little pieces of it up. Right?
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. So in the story of Ruth, right? Boaz owns all this land. Naomi tells Ruth, hey, go over there and glean behind the reapers. And so she's gleaning, right? I'm just trying to show anyone else who's listening who may not have a picture of what I'm talking about. There's a picture of it right there. But that whole field belongs to Boaz. Somebody look up Boaz's name. What does Boaz's name mean?
Boaz.
Yeah. So it says, and let me know when you found it. So it says, like in Vintage, okay, it says, they shall lift up their voice. They shall sing for the majesty of the Lord. They shall cry aloud from the sea. So here's a question. If they're crying from the sea, all right, well, what does Boaz mean?
Yeah.
So Boaz is going to be H1162, and it means fleetness.
It means what?
Fleetness.
Spell it.
Fleetness, like fast, quick, like nimble.
I thought it was in him, his strength.
Yeah, hold on. Where did you find the definition for Boaz?
Ruth.
Where? That's not answering my question. Where?
Ruth 2, 1.
All right, I need someone else to go look at Ruth 2:1 and look at that name Boaz and confirm what he's saying. All right. So it says, all right, so it ends it. They shall lift up their voice. Yeah. They shall cry aloud from the sea. So notice the place that they're crying from, the sea. Tony, what does the Bible tell us about the sea?
The sea is the inhabitants thereof, isn't it? Talks a lot about this.
I know, but like, yeah, it does. It does. But this is one of those crumbs that leads to a bigger truth. A sea. The sea is one.
We see sea of glass. We see those who died in the sea, and we see the beast coming out of the
Right. And we
of the land, and then one coming out of the land and sea.
right. And we know that that this sea that the Bible keeps explaining, it's not going to be in heaven, this sea.
Of course, I agree with that.
Right? Because in the entirety of the Bible,
no more, the Bible says there's no more sea, right? That's right.
Right. Well, no, there's the word is sea is in there, but I'm talking about there's a specific sea that the Bible talks about. And the sea represents the murmuring of this world. That's what it represents.
Yeah, he is correct. It is fleet. It's fleetness. It's H1162.
Bang.
For the etymology, a Strong's definition, Boaz, from an unused root of uncertain meaning. Boaz, the ancestors David, also the name of a pillar in front of the temple.
Yeah, so fast, right?
Yeah, move quickly.
Move quickly.
Fast,
yeah.
nimble.
Huh? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
I mean, kind of. If you want to go to the nursery rhyme, I mean.
Yeah, but okay, but either way, it ends with that they're doing this from the sea. So when you see in the Old Testament how God is always, quote unquote, getting mad at the Hebrews because of their murmurings, they always murmur against God. This is considered the sea, a place of murmuring. It's kind of like God has already told you to trust him, and instead of trusting him, you're allowing your flesh to see the circumstances, and you're like, you know what? Nah, man. And they just start complaining instead of trusting God. In the Bible, that is called murmurings. In the Bible, that is called the place of the sea. That's what this is called. And notice, here's confirmation again that this is what these people are doing. They're doing it from the sea. This is not a good place to be in. Let me just put it that way. And I'm just going to go down a couple of more. It says, what?
No, it's the etymology of it, of the word. It's a compound of the word. In him is strength. The first part is, I don't know if you wanted to know or not.
Oh, no. I mean, no, sometimes I do. No, right now we're good. Okay. All right. And it says, the 16 says, from the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And we know what the fear, pit, and snare. What is that? Fear, pit, and snare.
Well, we know the pit.
Yeah.
Satan is resurrected from the bottomless pit, right?
Right. You got the...
He ascends out of the bottom.
Yeah, so you got pit. Let me find them again. Make sure I don't mess up the order. Fear.
Pit is a trap.
Yeah, so it's fear, pit,
trap,
and snare. And snare. So God didn't give us a spirit of fear. Go ahead.
You have fear, brings you into the snare, and it brings you into the pit, correct?
Yeah, well, see, yeah, so the order they have it though, right? Look, watch. So it says fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. And it's true. Everybody on the earth was dead. So even though this is talking about something that they did, right? Shaking the trees. I mean, that's stuff that they did. But this right here says, O inhabitants of the earth.
Wait a minute. Who's shaking the tree?
Well, before we get right, but hold on. Before we get to who's shaking the tree, we have to acknowledge that right after it's talking about shaking the tree, just a little bit further down, it says inhabitants of the earth. So it's more than just something they physically did to get olives, right? Like this is saying something more than that.
Yeah, but even if you shake the olive tree, you never get the things on the top. You can never get the olives on the top. They remain, don't they?
Well, yeah. Well, you're not going to shake all of them off.
Okay.
Been hold on a second. Oh, what's up, Dre? I didn't even know Dre was here. Going to bed, been driving 20 hours. Oh my God, bro. Good night, bro. Yeah. Jeez. That boy been driving all day, all night.
Yeah. We'll see you in 2 days, bro.
Yeah, for real. All right, yeah, so it says, and it shall come to pass that that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. He who flees from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. So the noise, huh?
So the book does not remind the book of Amos. You fall from the line, you get into something. I can't remember that scripture.
Yeah.
You get one trap and then something else comes up. There's a scripture. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well,
how it goes.
Yeah. But right here where it says, hold on, I've lost it. The noise, where's it at? Come to pass. Okay. He who fleeth from the noise of the fear. Noise of the fear. So fear has a noise, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
When you're in fear, there is noise.
Well, that's not what this is saying, though. It says noise of the fear, meaning the fear is the noise. Know what I mean? This is not saying that there's something to be scared of. No. This says those who flee from the noise of fear. It says shall fall into the pit. Meaning when you allow fear to overcome your hearing, meaning you hear more fear than you do the Lord. Talking about the flesh. You fall into the pit. It says, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in a snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. So this going back to shaking. So the fig tree shaking, says the foundation of the earth shaking. A lot of shaking. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high. So if you get high on the green, leafy substance, devil's spinach, okay? Devil's lettuce. It says right here, it's a sin. No, I'm just kidding. All right, it says.
It goes back to the question, who's doing the shaking?
Well, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Because right here, because there's only 4 or 5, let me see. It says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun shamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before the ancient elders, the ancients gloriously. So now let's go to, hold on. Let's go to, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can because I know you got to go. But look what it says about the built city. I'm just trying to go too fast. Wonderful things, for thou hast made a city on a heap. defense city, a ruin, a place of strangers, be no city, I shall never be built. Therefore, strong people, let me see. Because all this is pointing to Mount Zion. That's the whole point. That's what verse 23 says.
Mount Zion is Mount Zion is the Millennium Kingdom. That's what I know Mount Zion is.
Well, Mount Zion is pointing to anyone who received the Spirit from God. That's the Mount Zion. That's Mount Zion. So we know the disciples received the Spirit at Mount Zion, right? So that's Mount Zion. Mount Zion is from person to person, the Spirit moves. All right, and it says, let me see if I can go to the
play the song Mountain to Mountain.
Could. All right, right
what
here.
What chapter in Isaiah again? 11 or 4? Or
chapter
50,
24.
or
Chapter 24. All right, let me find the. What verse is that? 13. All right, so I think I went too far down. We probably should have started at 1 because there's something I missed. Where did we start at 7? Yeah, we started at 5. Okay, all right. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty. All right, so it starts off by saying the Lord maketh the earth empty, right? Make it waste, and turneth it.
You need to get that.
Huh?
That sounds like Revelations chapter. Revelations at all. That's Revelation. He's going to make the earth empty.
Well, yeah. So watch. So watch. It says, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with his mistress, as with the buyer and the seller, lender, borrower, all that take the usury. So the giver of usury to him, the land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled. For the Lord hath spoken this word. The earth mourned and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants of the earth, the transgressions. Therefore, let's see, everlasting covenant. Oh, wait a minute. Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore, hath the curse devoured the earth. Now, we already know, well, never mind. Before I say that, it says, well, I could say that. We already know that the earth is cursed. It was cursed right after the fall, right?
Yes, it was.
Right after the fall. As soon as Adam did what he did, the earth was cursed. It happened. Boom. And it says, devoured the earth. It says, they dwell therein, are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. I might have went a little too far. I'm sorry. Yeah, he devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Those that dwell therein are desolate. Everybody that was. Tony, you there? Or did you go to your meeting?
Yeah, I'm on my way in. I'm going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody in this world was desolate, right?
Yeah.
It says, therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left. Everything's desolate. A few men are left. The new wine mourneth. It says, the vine languished. All the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of Taberah ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a strong drink. I'm sorry, with the song. The strong drink shall be bitter.
Again, this is allusion to me, the destruction of Babylon. Revelation chapter 17. That's the whole destruction. God is only going to leave the few, the remnant. The remnant will be left.
Okay, so you're reading this. Okay, so you're reading this in a sense of at the end times. That's what you're reading about this right here.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I don't know if anybody has an idea, but that's how I see it. I see destruction. I see the world turn upside down. The earth is shaking like what is it, a drunken man in another version.
Yeah.
So in other words, God is shaking the heaven, he's shaking the earth. He's destroying all the unrighteous, the ungodly. They've broken God's covenant. All the inhabitants have broken covenant. Changed his ordinance, means they changed his rules, and they've also not acknowledged God. They've broken his everlasting covenant. And then that's another thing. Everlasting covenant is another topic of itself, because most people don't know what everlasting covenant. In Hebrew, talks about the blood of the everlasting covenant. Somebody pointed out to me. I didn't.
All right, so let me ask you. So let me ask you this. Explain verse 23. Then, you want me to read it? You want me to read it?
Yeah, I think I know what verse 23.
All right. Well, I'll read it. I'll read it anyway. It says, "Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancient gloriously." Right? So what's this talking about?
So I don't know. I don't want the word confound in the Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
Well, the confound, I don't know. The confound could be that the moon is no longer giving light because it gets the light direct from the sun, and the sun is ashamed because the sun is not giving any light anymore because he shut down the moon. The stars are falling.
Yeah, so the confound.
The world.
Yeah, so confound.
But then he comes back.
Yeah, confound is embarrassed, right? So it says, "Then the moon shall be embarrassed, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion." So you're seeing all this.
When he comes out of Mount
Zion, but you're seeing
Mount Olive.
Right, but you're seeing all this as just a physical thing that's taking place. Right?
That's right. It's a destruction of the Antichrist in Revelation 19. He's coming. He's going to put his foot on Mount Zion or Mount Olives. Zechariah 14:4, and he splits it in two, and then he sets up his kingdom. He's got this glorious kingdom.
Well, I'll tell you.
Enter the east gate. Boom. Sits down. Eyes open. Okay, you tell me what you think about that.
All right. Well, I'll tell you that. Okay, so this, I understand the whole end times. I get all that, but this right here already happened. Verse 23. That already happened.
What sense? In what sense? I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. So on Mount Zion, when the disciples received the Holy Spirit, right? All this was what? The light of the world the light of God that did this, right?
Yep.
It was the light of God. So it doesn't have to be a physical light. It doesn't have to be. That glorious moment when the promise of God that was given to mankind, when that happened, it did put the sun to shame.
Well, then you got to tell me, what's the moon? What's the sun then?
I did. I just said it. I just said it. So what the action that occurred, right? It says right here, God will reign in Mount Zion. That is when God was able to reign in this earth, when man was given the Holy Spirit, right there. Before that, God was not reigning in this world.
Yeah, but no scholar is going to say that God is reigning on this earth, because he's not. He's not reigning. Christ is not reigning. Let me put a rephrase that, because that sounds like retarded.
Yeah.
He's not reigning until the millennium. We know that. That's when he comes.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is this reigning began on Mount Zion when the disciples received the Spirit of God. That's what I'm saying.
I get get it that they're delivered from the powers of darkness and Christ shines
Well,
in
the
their
whole,
heart. They
yeah,
have
but
the
the
Holy
whole
Spirit.
world, no, the
Yeah.
whole world, the whole world,
Okay. Okay.
the whole world. The fact that God was able to come into a man and finally reign and live inside of a man, I don't care how anybody words it, this was not able to happen yet. And the whole world was groaning for this to happen. The whole world was. All these years that this promise that God spoke way at the very beginning, this promise, the whole world is waiting for this.
Why do you got?
Huh?
Why do you have the verse says he's shaking the earth? He's shaking it, and he's shaking heaven. What is that shaking?
That's creation.
Is that the day of Pentecost?
That's
okay,
the
creation's been shaken.
The whole creation, right? God created the heavens and the earth, all of it. And it was shaken that day. All this process of Christ coming, right? The birth, all of this, it was shaken that whole 33 years. That whole time that he was here. So this has already happened. So when people want to say, well, yeah, but the millennial reign, well, I can bring this up there too, and we can go there too. But what I'm trying to show is the reigning of God. Everybody wants to see him come here and physically reign. And the truth is, he never came the first time to physically reign. He came the first time, Jesus, baby Jesus, he came to reign on earth in man's bodies. And this is it right here. Whenever Jesus gave up the ghost, the Bible even tells us that the earth shook. It was like the end of that shaking. The
Yeah, there was an earthquake. There was an earthquake. And
right.
there was a darkness
Yeah.
for 3 hours. We know that.
Yeah. So this happened. This 100% happened. It was supposed to be this way. This is how the reigning was supposed to be. Not how we want it to be. This was it right here. And the problem today, nobody believes that God is reigning in them. I'm not talking about you, Tony. I'm just saying too many people are looking towards this physical reign only, when that was not why he came, to do any physical reigning. He came to reign in man's body. That's what he came to do. And it happened right here, what this is talking about right here. So when people go here so they can like open up the book of Revelation, I get it, but it's just funny how the majority of, like, what's a scholar, Tony? What is a biblical scholar? What is that? Somebody, Christian, look up, give me a definition for a biblical scholar. What does that mean?
Yeah. Of course I know him. He's me.
A scribe. Somebody is a scribe. Somebody who knows the
well,
Bible
a scribe is someone who writes it down. Like, give me a good I'm gonna see what the dictionary says.
So no, a scribe is a doctor.
Well, they are. They are. I just want to see how the dictionary tells. What does the dictionary say?
So the the Webster's Dictionary says that a biblical scholar is a learned person, one who has extensive knowledge, especially in a particular field of study. So a biblical scholar is a learned person who has extensive knowledge or specialized study of the Bible.
Okay, so a scholar is someone that has specialized knowledge of the Bible, right? And we make up these words because we have to be able to point the finger at somebody and say, hey, that person makes tacos for a living. That person sweeps the streets, whatever. That person's a police officer. That person's good. That person's bad. Oh, that person's a biblical scholar. But in this world that we live in, there are a lot of men who don't even believe in God that become biblical scholars. Don't even believe in God. Christian, find me one. Find me an atheist. Find me an atheist that has a degree in some sort of biblical scholar something. Find me one. Or somebody find me one. They're there. Some of them teach Bible school. Some of them teach the Bible. They don't even believe in God. Right? Let me see. I have.
The person who I thought is Bart Ehrman, and that is who came up first.
All right. What does it say about Bart Ehrman? What does it say?
Ehrman is a recognized New Testament biblical scholar, but he describes himself as an agnostic atheist in his own words.
Listen to this.
He's an atheist.
Where does he? Who does he teach? I don't care who it tells us. Who does he teach?
I mean,
does it say?
A lot of people.
I know, but how? At a school? Where? Where is he teaching people at?
Yeah. So I'm just going down here. It says he taught at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
All right, right there. So an agnostic man,
which is horrible.
An agnostic man, he doesn't claim to be he should be claiming to be a disciple of Jesus Christ, and he doesn't. You know why? Because he's not. So where did he learn? Where did he get his degree from? From where?
BA at Wheaton College, Master of Divinity at Princeton Theological Seminary.
All right, so he went to a seminary. He got a piece of paper that says he's a scholar in the Bible. And he's not
actually he went to Princeton Theological Seminary.
Okay.
Moody Biblical Institute.
Okay, all right, we don't got to go through everything. We don't got to go through it. Look, the point is, this man has a piece of paper that proves that he's a biblical scholar in this world that we live in. I don't have a piece of paper that proves to everybody in this world that I'm a quote unquote biblical scholar. I don't have a piece of paper, but he does. You know, the majority of people in this world would go listen to him because he's been to seminary. Y'all know that?
Yep.
So
been to cemetery.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It kills the spirit. But I'm not going to tell you not to go over there. You know why? You're an adult. You go do whatever you want to do. You're an adult. But when that day comes that you stand before the Lord, there will be nobody to blame but yourself. Just remember that. So be careful who you're listening to. Be careful who you're listening to. And most people would tell you that, well, I guess that don't even matter. That don't even matter. But the point I'm making is, you know, the term biblical scholar, right? It goes nowhere with me. I don't care. I don't give a crap what anyone's school claims. They've been to some school. Well, guess what? I went to Bible college too, and I went for a very specific reason. I've talked about it a little bit, but I went. Anything I teach on here, 90% of it, I didn't get. But I did tell myself this: I'm going to learn something every day. So I don't care if it was a small historical fact that, well, you know, Peter actually had 6 toes on his right feet. I mean, I'm making that up. But if there was one thing that I could grab, I don't care how small it was. I tried to take anything that I could, but there was a reason I went to these schools. There's a reason I went. There's so much hype about the school. You got to go to so much hype. And at this point, I already had read the Bible 12 to 15 hours a day for 5 years at this point. And everybody's like, well, you got to go to school. And I'm like, why do they keep saying this? So I went. I went so I can know for sure why people say what they say. And you know what I learned? A lot of people don't even know why they say what they say, bro. That's the truth. Okay? And I'm not trying to make any Bible college look bad. There's a lot of stuff you can learn. If you know nothing, if you know zero about the Bible, go to Bible college. You're going to learn something. The only bad thing is you might learn something you didn't need to learn. Or you might learn something that's not true, but that's anywhere. So don't have fear and don't go at all. I'm just saying, I went and, you know, it's really for babies, like people that really just don't know. Or it's for people who want to learn how to play church, because they have classes in there that can teach you when you have a deacon, put your deacon 2 feet 4 inches and 77 centimeters to the left of the bishop, okay? And the bishop should be wearing a dark purple, not a blue or mild or more scarlet, okay? And I mean, they got classes. They could teach you how to put the rug in there and set up. I'm like, I ain't trying to learn none of that.
Here's how you do a chevron with chairs.
Yeah, I'm not trying to learn none of that. But the point is, we have today in this age a world that is just mind consumed about a piece of paper that they went to school. A piece of paper they went to school, and I start asking them questions about the Bible. They have no idea what I'm talking about. And it's a shame. This is where we're at. It is a shame. And I don't care to say it. It's horrifying what has happened. Okay? Now, is that the school's fault? Is that all the people's fault? No, man. Come on. There is always going to be a real teacher at Bible colleges. There's always going to be at least one. Try to find that one and get as much as you can out of that one. But to just go and take all the right classes, and I take all, look, I got a piece of paper. Look. Got a piece of paper. Give me a picture. And then you talk to them about the Bible, and they don't know what the heck you're talking about. They know nothing about the Bible. You know what they did know how to do? They knew how to study. That's what they're good at. They know how to study to pass a test. And they passed all the tests. And then you do like Tony's like, hey, let's go over Isaiah 25. All right, let's go. Let's go over. Then they go over Isaiah 25, and they can't see the Mount Zion in verse, I'm sorry. Yeah. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 23, that talks about that God, it says, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion. The same mistake that the scribes and the Pharisees were doing is thinking that they fully understood what it meant that God was going to, or the Messiah or a king was going to come and reign. They thought he was going to be like King David on a horse, never lose a fight again. They thought that all this was going to happen here. And today, everyone's still doing that. They cannot help themselves. It has to, that he's going to come and this is already happening. This is why the Bible says that we sit in heavenly places. The reigning has already happened. Is people they have unbelief. They don't believe the reigning has already, this has already happened. And I know why people, and I know why Tony's bringing this up, because a lot of people talk about this. The end of times, the millennium, the 1,000 years, I get it. First of all, anything that's in that Bible, you should be reading it, period. You should be reading it. Don't ever misunderstand me when I say, oh, y'all go ahead. I'm not saying don't read it. No, read it. It's in there. To tell someone not to read it, no. But be careful on trying to study and figure it out before understanding the Old Testament in its entirety. That is very important. Or Revelation, you're going to be all over the place. But Isaiah chapter 24, the main point of this, the earth shaking, all this stuff that's taking place, that God is going to reign in Mount Zion. This was still about the promise to come, talking about Christ. Everything in the Old Testament was more focused on Christ, the Messiah to come, than anything else in the Bible. See, now that the Messiah has come, right? We're on this side of the cross. So we're like, okay, we're waiting for the next thing to happen. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with trying to study? All right, Lord, what's the next thing? There's nothing wrong with that. And if anyone tells you that it's wrong to have those questions, something's wrong with them. What I'm saying is, be prepared to hop in that. You can't just hop in it and not being prepared at all. And the way to be prepared is understanding the Old Testament in its entirety. So when someone says, well, you can't learn the Old Testament in its entirety. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. 100%. I'm saying before you get to Revelation, right? All right, Tony, have a good one. I'm not saying that everything about the Old Testament, if all of it's not understood, you won't understand nothing in the book of Revelation. That's not what I'm saying. When I'm saying in its entirety, I'm talking about how God speaks through all his parabolic language. There is an entirety of that. And not depth, the depth of all those things will never be fully understood. But what I always talk about on here, there is a point where you're fully understanding how God is speaking in the Old Testament, and then when you get to Revelation, it all lines up with it, right? And then there's no argument about the 1,000 years and all that. It's very clear, okay? And the only thing you're going to end up doing is just arguing with somebody, right? Because what ends up happening is everybody says, well, I know, and the other person says, no, I know. And then this person says, no, I know. And then a debate starts. Now, there's nothing wrong with a healthy debate. All right. So, if you know anybody, or if you are someone that likes to debate, that's between you and God. You should know if what you're doing is actually debating or somehow just strife. Like you're the only one that knows that. But what I will say is the majority is strife. It's not really about debating and trying to get to the bottom.
It's always, brother, rainbow and sunshine, and then it gets to the stripes.
It don't take long.
It usually starts like, it's good, it's sunshine.
Always.
You guys are agreeing.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you, brother. God bless everyone. Sorry. Yeah.
It always starts out just fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay. And then you say, well, I think it means this. Oh, heretic.
Yeah.
You don't believe in pre, post, mid?
Yeah. So it's not going to take.
No, they call me mystic, these students.
Do what?
They call me mystic, these skills student.
Who?
Gnostic,
Who called you? Who called you? Who called you? Who called you mystic?
I'm not gonna say names.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say. Yeah,
Oh.
brother. It's people that we know, so we come across from time to time. Yeah.
I mean, and I say this all the time to people, like, I don't know why you would put yourself around people that would even say, I mean, I didn't make no sense to me. I'm not going to put myself around someone that.
Brother, I don't know that they're going to call me that. Okay, so when you go into the room, it's all good, rainbow and sunshine until it's not. That's the whole point. I wasn't going there because I knew they call me like mystic, skilled student or whatever. That's crazy. And some of them, they're right now, for those who are shadow watching and they study.
They're there. They're there. They're there. Trust me. They come in they're there by the dozens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw this guy yesterday on the panel. He really well knew you, brother. Like as if like he was like coming here on the scale every day.
What do you mean? Hold on. You're saying it wrong. What do you mean he knew me? What do you mean?
Like, okay, my bad. Like he knew you pretty much. Like he was like, yeah, Todd.
No, you're not. No, Saba. You keep saying he knew me. You're not explaining what you mean. You just keep saying he knew. How?
Like, okay, how do I say it then? He knew you.
How? Like, you're not explaining how. You keep saying.
From shadow watching, from outside the line.
No, what did he know? What are you saying he knew? You're not explaining.
He kept saying like, yeah, so Trot has been teaching you this. So yeah, we know like Trot has been like literally saying
okay,
your
all right,
name,
all right.
like,
So Saba, that doesn't mean he knows me.
Right, but I don't know.
Okay, all right. No. He knows. Hold on. He knows that you go to descaled. Okay, that's what he knows.
Right.
Yeah. So that doesn't mean he knows me. When you say he knows you, I've never hung out with him. I don't know him, so he don't know me.
That's what I'm saying.
You know him from TikTok.
Yeah, he knows me from TikTok, or he knows me from a live.
No, he knows you from shadow watching.
Oh well, I mean, of course they do, bro. They do a lot, and there's I specifically who you're talking about. I really don't know. I really don't care.
I know. I saw her last night.
All right. Well, I don't care. I don't. Okay. No. Don't say it. No. I don't care. Listen, what I'm saying is, this is why I always say, those lives. Again, y'all are all adults, but I'm telling you, it's not good for you to go to these people's lives, bro. It's not. I don't know how, like what it's going to take for you to figure that out. It's not. I'm telling you, it's nothing but strife. I say this all the time, guys, regarding God, okay? If people are not making disciples, just leave them alone. That y'all are not on the same page of music, bro, okay? These people do not believe in making disciples. Whoever y'all are talking about, if they did, they would be making them. So Now, if they are making disciples and you know that, like you could see that they're actually making disciples of Christ, then that's different. But just by what you're saying, I doubt it. All right. And we are told to go make disciples. That's what we're told to do. So when they mock you because you're being discipled by a disciple, and that's what the Bible tells us to do, to be a disciple and make disciples. And they said, whatever, however you say it, descaled teachings. So again, the flesh always mocks what the Spirit is doing. But for you to waste your time, be like you standing in front of Satan and trying to defend yourself in front of Satan. That don't even make any sense. That makes no sense.
Let me say this, right? Let me say this. Hold on. Like, I'm cooking. I'm sorry, brother. Like, literally, there's so much sound noise. So, descaled. Okay, let me just make it clear, right? This brother, I've joined his ministry 2 years ago, right? They want to call it show, but I call it ministry. Like, he teaches, he has a gift of teaching, okay? I've learned a lot from this brother that I didn't learn from any other so-called like TikTok lives, teachers, whatever, right? So you can tell. And this brother, he is very consistent with what he does. So you can tell someone like comes there for fun, or someone comes like, just to, spend like, just waste their time. No, he comes and he puts times and effort of genuinely teaching you and helping you to see the way that the scripture has to be seen, right? Equipping you. I'm not saying like, you cannot read the scripture and not understand, but you need to be a disciple. You need to have a disciple in order for you to be equipped how to read the scripture truly. Because you can sit there and I've done that. I've been there. I've read the scripture. I read the whole New Testament, right? But until I was equipped to see the way, like going slow and reading it slow and seeing the scripture for what it is, you're not going to understand it like clearly how God wants to show you. Again, you can. I'm not saying it's not able, because there are many people, they come to certain revelation that we all know it's the same, right? Because it's the Spirit, right? We all have to be in one accord, one teaching into one conclusion, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people, they come and say like whatever about descale, like, bro, come, let that pride die in you, like literally, because you sound prideful, you sound ignorant, like if you're genuinely humble and you really want to learn, then you would have ears to hear what the brother or sister has to say, rather than just ignoring and like, no, I want to stand on my point. Okay, good luck. God bless you. Go in peace. That's what I have to say. But I learned here, for all of us sitting here, like on descale, we've been on this journey for almost 2-3 years. Some of the people like have been here before me. So we all grow, and this is a walk. Discipleship will never end. It's like eternal, literally. We're going to grow in God's wisdom. So for those who are listening outside the live, shadow watching, come join us, make a new account, start fresh and learn something. That's it. So sorry, brother, for taking over.
You're good.
I have to say this. I'm
yeah,
very
you're
sorry.
good. And I have and still no brisket. Giving grace. If you send me the money, because I sell briskets. You can ask the guys. I sell them. So if I got to mail it over there, and it is a little pricey. I'll say that. I'll just being completely honest. Okay, it's a little pricey, but if anybody feels as though that they have to taste my brisket, you ask any of the guys, is it worth it? And then you ask them, is it the same, not as good, or better than where they buy brisket? Just ask them. And if they tell you that it's at least the same as the place you would go buy it or better, the brisket ain't gonna waste your time. I can promise you that. And I've done it before. I've done it 100%. I've done it many times where I slice it up, stick it in bags. I'll have it frozen and I'll mail it. I've done it plenty times, and I ain't had one person complain. Now, again, when about time you get it, it's already, been 20 something, 30 hours, but it's still pretty much frozen. And I'll give you the instructions on the best way to make it revive to where it literally tastes like I just got it off the grill and handed it to you. Not even kidding. So, matter of fact,
it's like butter. It's butter.
You're saying your brisket's better?
It's butter. It's really good. It's funny because I was talking with you on that on the same thing.
Yeah, well, she said she's like,
yeah.
I haven't been able to. Well, I sell them, and I mean, listen, I wish I had all the money in the world to make a brisket for everybody and send you one, but I don't have that kind of money, not like that. All right, but sending out Eat and Revive brisket, yes, we slay and eat. I will put a Grit Mastery slay and eat sticker on that brisket just for you.
You're trying to say your brisket's better than Bucky's brisket, Trot?
Well, yeah,
it is. Think so.
It is. So. I mean, first of all, I'm not the only one that thinks that. There's a lot of it, but I will say this. I was messing. Yeah, well, no, seriously though. But see, Bucky's, they have to make multiple ones. Okay, sometimes 10, 15 briskets a day, and if that person ain't paying attention to the temperature on each one of them, it's not going to be killer. It's going to be good, but it's not going to be killer. And I'm just saying, whenever you're making a brisket and it's your name on it, you're a little more serious. But when you got, kids in high school, they're going to follow your instructions, at least make an 85 or a 90, but they're not going to follow it to a T, bro. They got other things going on. Hey, brisket's still going to be good though. But if you ever had a brisket sandwich for Bucky's, and you put that brisket sandwich next to mine, mine's going to be better, bro, because mine's going to be like just made, within a day, maybe. And I follow my instructions to a T. So Trot is better than Bucky's. Eric, what's up, bro? Yeah. I mean, my wife thinks it is. My wife and a lot of her family, like people know, but brisket is a little pricey, but if anybody ever wants a descaled slay and eat brisket, if you ever want one, like I said, you just let me know and we'll work it out. But it's something I do on the side, and I stopped doing it for a minute. And honestly, I stopped. One of the main reasons, and they don't know, but my cousin, they pretty much have a barbecue business, and I didn't even want it to look like I was trying to take away from that. But so basically what I did is I'm very selective on who I'm selling it to, because I don't want someone that I know, goes over there. I'd tell them, hey, nah, I'm not doing that. So I'm very selective on who I sell it to, and it is what it is, man. I never told, my wife knows that that's what's true, but I'm not going to go tell them, hey, I'm not going to sell briskets because I don't want to. I'm not even, that's stupid. But you guys, y'all don't live right next to them. What are you going to do, call them up? That'd be crazy. Like, don't do that. I'm just telling you, the only reason why I started back up is because I could be selective on who I'm going to. Charisma. Does anybody know Charisma?
Yes, I know her. She came on my live. Yeah, she's been joining for the past like 2
okay.
days. So yeah.
How does one make disciples? Honestly, to answer that, Charisma, I don't know if you subscribe to YouTube channel, Descaled's YouTube channel, but if you just go watch all those recordings, that's all I do. So if you want to ask, how does one do it? Just go watch my videos and you'll see me doing it. I'll be the example of it. Everybody thinks that you have to have everything worked out in your life. You have to be perfect or you cannot make disciples. Nothing could be further from the truth. God will start using you as soon as you let him. But if you take your eyes off him because you're scared that, people are going to make fun of me or nobody's going to listen to me, then that means you're not trusting the power of God. I can't tell you how many people have their own opinion about Descaled, there's people that laugh at, they think what we're doing is stupid. There's people that they're still kind of on the fence. Like they want to laugh at it, but they're kind of scared because they're not sure, is that really of God or not? And they're kind of scared. Now they'll talk some crap, you know what I mean? Out of immaturity, but they don't know. And there's people that do know, like, no, bro, like that us going over the Bible, that's what we're supposed to be doing. But there's a lot of opinions about it, a lot. And regarding God and the Spirit, there's always going to be opinions, right? You're not going to see someone start a live that is full of atheists and I go in there and like start making fun of the atheists. I don't care. I don't care. But people that are not Christians, and I'm using the word Christian, especially people who stay away. Oh, no, don't call me Christian. Listen, Christians have ruined the name. So don't be mad at somebody when they're like, oh, my God, woo, don't call me Christian. I remember 15 years ago when I first started hearing people say, no, I'm not a Christian. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Like, what? Like, why would you ball up like that? And the Christians have done some crazy stuff, bro. You know what I mean? First of all, no matter which religion or denomination of any Christ believer that you mention, all of them have done crazy stuff. All of them. Okay. But everybody has a very specific reason why they'll tell you, don't call me a Christian. Okay. But normally it comes down to like, y'all are crazy. And you're like, what do you mean? And they'll have their own reasoning. Some of them will bring up Catholics, and they're like, Catholics call themselves Christian. They worship Mary, and they'll use that, or the Knight Templars. They went out and murdered. It doesn't matter. You call yourself a Christian. It's no longer just the idea of the flesh hating the spirit. There are regular, genuine people who love God. They're trying to figure things out, but they don't want to be called a Christian. They're like in their head, like, oh, whoa, I don't know. I follow God. So don't be mad at them, when they do that. But like the point is, there's a lot of opinions about descale. There's always going to be people who are being led by Satan to hate it. There are going to be people that are just too stupid to have a good time. Unfortunately, I know a few of them. They're just so stupid. If you sent them to school, very smart. They could pass a test, right? You give them a computer, oh, they'll learn their way around it better than you could with their eyes closed. But when it comes to like this Bible, loving people, right? Being genuine, when it comes to that, too stupid to have a good time. They couldn't have a good time if they tried. Their idea of a good time is only something that they see as fun. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's fun to them, that is what a good time is, right? Being friendly, you understand? Loving people, that's not a good time to them. So telling someone, I'm sorry, oh no, heaven, no, not a good time to them. Anything, it's so weird. Anything that is truly of God, meaning the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, you understand? Patience. They have no idea what any of that stuff is. They have no idea. All right. But being good and not being bad, meaning don't burglarize houses, right? Don't steal from people's, purses, cars. Don't unalive somebody. Oh, they won't do those things. First of all, the majority of people don't do any of those things anyway. But regarding the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, they don't do those. You understand? So since they don't steal, since they don't unalive people, since they don't do those things, they're good. But love, joy, peace, no. They're full of gossip, strife. Some of these people, they say my name more than they say Jesus. It's shameful. It's disgusting. And you need to know when these people, they don't make disciples. They say my name. You could be talking to them and my name comes up. And you're like, let's talk about God. Oh, yeah. They'll talk about God for 5 minutes. And then they'll bring up someone else's name that maybe you know, or mock you because of what you're doing. And there's no true joy in this person. Their only goal is to take away your joy. Stop putting yourself around people that they cannot help it. They don't have any control of their flesh. Not even a little bit. You know, the only people they love is the person they're married to and their kid. That's it. Anybody else, they don't love them. That's not of God. Something is wrong. Okay? It's kind of like the whole Donald Trump thing. You know, you got people that just hate that man. And I always like me, I don't know him. I never met him, nothing. I hear rumors about him. I don't know what's true and what's not. But there are people that's never met Donald Trump. Never, not one time, nor do they know anyone that has met him, but they hate him. And these people that I'm talking about, a lot of them will shadow watch descaled. They don't shadow watch for good reasons. They shadow watch because they're waiting for an opportunity to either hate. They're waiting for an opportunity to mock. This is not a good thing to wake up and your whole life is circling around descaled or trot. It's not a healthy thing. All right. And you go and you put yourself around these people so they can slap you around and you think, oh, I got them. No. You don't understand. You just got their jollies off. They've been waiting to slap you around. They've been waiting. And you go in there like a lion that hasn't eaten. The line of, talking about the line of Satan, not the line of Judah. But they're the line of Satan just seeking who they may devour. And you walk into their lion's den and they've been licking their chops about you for a long time. Don't give anyone the time of day, man. Okay? Don't do it. All right? That's why you don't see me go into people's lives, because the majority of them, their motive is not good. It's not even a little bit. So, be a little more, again, wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove, meaning don't be like them, right? They're hateful. They have no true heart in them, right? The only thing they'll do is if you hurt their wife or their kid, they'll come after you. It's like that's the only people they care about. And then they'll tell you that makes sense. That's the only ones I have to care about. That doesn't mean you go around mistreating everybody just because you can. Especially people who are claiming they're under the law and they act like Satan themselves. What law are you claiming you behave under? You behave under no law. And you tell everybody, lie to everybody, you got to be under the law, under the law, under the law. You act like Satan. What are you talking about? Nothing that comes out of your mouth ever is anything that I would listen to. Just throw up. And you lie to everybody. The law, you got to behave. No, hypocrite is what you are. You're a hypocrite. That's it. Nothing else. It sounds good to tell someone to behave under the law, but you yourself, you act like a freaking animal. You just can't wait to devour someone, wait to make them look bad, talk bad, gossip like Satan. And you claim you're saved. That's hard to believe. Hard to believe when actions are what are important, to these people that are claiming that they're under the law. They're saying actions matter. And they act worse than anyone I've ever seen. What actions are you claiming that we're supposed to be good at? What? I see no good. You think because you're not breaking very specific laws, you're not unaliving, you're not stealing, now you're good? No, my friend. You have a very strong misunderstanding about the law then. Gossip and hateful actions, that's not love. Something's wrong on the inside. And these people need to figure out what it is. So stop putting yourself around people that are just going to and fro, seeking who they may devour in any way that they can. Stop putting yourself around them, okay? Say a prayer for them, move on. Just move on for God's sakes, because this is all they're good at is devouring. That's it, like a locust in a field. So you stop bringing your field around them because they'll tear it up, I'm telling you. And I've done put that warning out there 100 times. And I'm sitting there telling you, they don't know. A locust does not know how to stop eating. It doesn't know. But I'm saying in a sense to destroy, right? Satan only comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's it. And then you put yourself around, I'm telling you, they will beat you down. I'm sitting here telling you right now. The Bible says be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove, meaning that you're not supposed to be like them. You are not supposed to be like them, okay? And being wise as a serpent means you're supposed to recognize when someone is being the other serpent, not the brazen serpent. No. The poisonous one, the one you're not supposed to be listening to, the one you're not supposed to be around, all right? So, you need to, listen, it's your mind, it's your heart, and you put yourself around the wrong people, they'll destroy it, right? And the tactic that they have been using is they on purpose, they'll say something like, trot is your master. Listen to this. Trot is your master. If you have never heard a mockery in your life, that's mocking you. So what is it going to cause you to do? It's going to cause you to say, No, Trot's not my master. That's all they want you to do. Do you understand? They force you. First of all, you already don't see me as your master. Do you understand? You already don't, but they lie. They will lie to you and make you believe that's what they see. No, they're lying to you. That they want you to discredit Trot. So that's how they get you to do it. You understand? It's kind of like let me see.
No man taught me, Trot. The
No.
Spirit me.
What? Somebody remind me. Have you ever seen Pinocchio? I could be wrong about this. Have y'all seen?
What about it?
Do you remember? Was it a wolf that was getting the boys to go to the place?
No.
No.
Wait. Which?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pinocchio Disney?
Okay. All right. Okay. Nina. Okay. So, what was he saying to them to get them to go or to get them to stay? What was he saying to them?
Well, that they were. It's been a long time.
Well,
I would say that it was like about this fun, like he was discouraging them from the life they were in and saying there was a better one over here.
No, I know, but I want to know. I want to know what he was he talking bad about their family or anything like that? I don't remember.
Let me look.
If somebody's got time, go look at what he was saying. Because the point I'm making, and it may not happen in that movie, I don't recall. But let's say if somebody wants to get their friend to smoke, okay? And they go, well, my mom and dad said I shouldn't smoke. What do you say? If you're that person that wants them to smoke anyway, what do you say to them? If you're trying to manipulate them?
Repeat that again, brother.
You know how kids are like try to get their friend to smoke? Let's say they're like 12 years old, 13 years old.
Yeah, don't you want to be cool?
Yeah, don't you want to be cool? Or are you a mama's boy? Oh, so mommy and daddy tell you what to do? Y'all never heard that?
You can't think for yourself?
You can't think for yourself? When you hear people say, oh, Trot's your master, that's what they're doing. They want you to buck up and be like, no, nobody's my master but God. Well, obviously. So if this person already knows that you don't believe Trot's your master, then why would they say it? You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Or no, y'all don't understand what I'm saying?
We understand. Amen.
Right? Yes. So, yeah, that's one of them, to provoke you. So they already know, bro, they do not believe that you believe Trot's your master. They know that you don't believe that. But to provoke you, they'll say Trot's your master. Is that telling the truth or is that lying?
It's a lie. You are a teacher. You are a disciple.
Right. Okay.
Making disciples.
All right.
Amen.
So when someone says to you, Trot's your master, that's how you know something's wrong with that person right there. Because it's a lie. You don't believe that. So when someone says this to you, they're manipulating you, just like your friend. Just like your friend that's like, well, I don't want to smoke. Mom and dad said it was bad. Oh, mom and dad. So mom and dad's your master? Same tactic, guys. Very poor leadership. So these people are not leaders. They don't know how to lead people to the truth. They only know how to manipulate them to do what they want them to do. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? So you got to be privy. You got to be privy to this. Peer pressure. Thank you. Yes. Same kind of tactic, man. And I'm waiting for Nina, because I could be wrong, but I feel like
it was a fox, and he was like convincing him of the riches in Pleasure Island.
Yeah, but what were they questioning their thoughts about their mom, dad, or anything?
I mean, I kind of remember this too, the way that you're detailing it, but looking it up, I didn't really see.
You didn't see that? Okay. Well, I don't. That's why I said from the beginning, I'm not sure. But but what I am sure about is, in reality, the whole.
I got it. He told him he was sick, so he convinced him there was something wrong with him, and that he needed to go over.
He
to
did.
Pleasure Island.
He told him
Yeah.
he told one of the boys he was sick.
Yeah. The fox.
The fox did. I couldn't remember what it
Mhm.
was. Yeah, fox. I think that's starting to click more. Did Fox have a little buddy helper or no? I don't. It's been so long. It's been a long time. I don't recall. I'm just, guys. Be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. The serpent is not talking about Christ. It's talking about Satan, that serpent. And you are supposed to be able to tell, bro, when people are either provoking you, messing with you in any kind of way. You need to be able to tell and get the heck out of there. I don't know why you would stay there when people are trying to provoke you, and the thing on TikTok, right? How to make you stay is to say you're running, right? Oh, why you running? Why you running? And if you ain't, and if you're stupid enough, oh, I'm not running. I'm going to stay now. You just did it. You just showed how stupid you were. They literally just manipulated you to stay. I don't understand. Like, why are you running? Well, I always tell them, I always give them a reason. Oh yeah, I'm running from you. I think you're crazy. That's why I'm running from you. No. All right. Again. Okay. Wise as a serpent, meaning I see the game you're playing, because that's the serpent right there. You're trying to antagonize, you're trying to provoke, anything they can get you to do to stay there, argue. And if you don't know how to defend yourself, you're just going to let them mentally just beat you up. That's all you're doing, right? So, but being gentle as a dove is talking about don't do that. Not just to other people, but even to them. Like, don't stay there and beat them up. You don't do that either.
Trot. It says the fox is named Honest John. He's accompanied by Gideon the cat. They help lure Pinocchio towards Pleasure Island after being paid by the coachman to recruit boys. Pleasure Island is where you go where they say there's no school, there's no rules. You can smoke, drink, gamble, fight, destroy things, do whatever you want. But it's a trap, and the boys who indulge in the island's behavior transform into donkeys of all things.
Yeah.
And the coachman captures and sells them into forced labor.
Yeah, well,
Mic drop. Garden of Eden, right there.
Yeah,
Garden of Eden.
but the point, the point I'm making is not that. It's what is he using to entice the boy? That's what I'm talking about.
That he's not a real boy. That he's not a real boy. That's what he's trying to convince him. His dad, Pinocchio's dad, convinced him he was real.
Yeah.
And then here comes the slickster saying, you're not a real boy, but if you come over here to Pleasure Island, you'll be a real boy.
Yeah, well, I want to know if the fox ever says anything negative about anybody that the boys knew. You understand? Mom, dad, brother, sister. That's what I want to know. All that other stuff that Christian just read, I ain't trying to find it. I want to know, are they saying something about anybody they knew? Or in the cartoon, are the boys talking about anyone they know? And it looks like, I'm going to have to watch it myself.
So at first he tells him he's allergic to something. He said there's only one cure to his allergies, which is a vacation to Pleasure Island.
Okay. Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I want to know. I want to know, is any of the kids' family, any of them brought up at all? I don't care if it's one little smirk. That's all I want to know. All the other stuff I don't care about. The fox told Pinocchio that he can become a famous actor. What? Hold on. That he could become a famous actor, convince him to go. Puppet. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about, all I want to know is, does he say anything negative against Pinocchio's, like, dad, cat, or the other boys? Remember, there's a bunch of other boys on this island, right? We should do a watch party. We're going to get together and watch Pinocchio. Watch a bunch of people turn into donkeys. Yeah. No, that's all I want to know. If y'all find out, because he's a real sly. He's I think does he rub his hands together like this? I think he does, man. It's been a minute, but I think he does. Deception. Oh yeah. Where's Troy when I need him? A sly fox. No, what'd you say his name?
Dark.
No, what's his name? John, what?
Honest John.
Honest John.
Honest John.
No, he just used manipulation, mocking, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah, well, I'll watch it, and if I find any little hint of it, I'll point it out.
You know how they did a video. I don't know if I still have it. They did a breakdown on that movie, and showing how that the other pleasure island that we know about, the famous, infamous.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying they did a correlation of it.
I don't care. All right, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that.
No, the guy never brings up any mention of like, hey, your family this or your parents that.
Well, no, it don't have to be him. It could have been the boys bringing it up. I'll watch it myself.
The boy, the only thing is the one boy who turns into a donkey, cries out for his mom, says, "I want to go home to my mama." That's the only thing.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
to watch a cartoon, huh?
So that's super dark and really messed up. Bro.
Yeah, no, it is kind of weird. I remember kind of even as a kid thinking, that's weird, like, but I get it. Yeah. All right. Has anybody got anything? Any question or something? Anything? What y'all got?
Yeah, real quick. Well, what you brought up today, would that be like a dual? Like some people say, it's a small Isaiah's I can't even pronounce it. Of the end times, just showing, because it's all over Revelation, that kind of language. Is it a causation? Doesn't mean it's correlation, something like that.
I don't know. You said a lot of words, like, and I didn't just give me one sentence.
If it's like a dual prophecy, like I'm gonna explain it. Yeah. It's like a dual prophecy, like it's occurred, but it's gonna occur again in other forms.
It doesn't have to be looked at like that. So in Isaiah 24, the way it ends with Zion, all this happened already. Okay, if somebody says, "Oh, well, it's similar to like something that's going to happen," there is going to be a lot of things that are similar to something that's going to happen. So that's why you'll hear people call a lot of things dual prophecy, because they'll see a prophecy happening and they'll say, well, look, like right here. And it's not even pointing to that, but yet it's so familiar. Like it sounds so familiar. Before you know it, it's a dual or a trifecta prophecy, but it's just that everything lines up so perfectly. Sometimes it looks like, oh, well, that's talking about that too. But if what happened in Mount Zion has already happened, and someone says, well, yeah, but in the prophecy of the millennial reign, and they're like, and this and this and this, and they just start bringing up all these things, and they go, and that's God's mountain, Mount Zion. Well,
that's done a lot in the Bible. Causation doesn't equal correlation. Just because it's similar to it doesn't mean that goes cross-reference.
Yeah, not if it's just one. You know what I mean? Like if you see something that's real similar, but if you start seeing multiple things that's real similar, then that's not just something that's kind of similar.
Unknown caller.
Yeah, so when people use that, right, just because you see that doesn't mean it goes with it. There's a lot of people that can't see nothing, and they use that on everything, and they're blind as a bat. Yeah. So it's, again, I say this all the time. You have these people, there's so many of them, and they think, because they meet every dumb person on TikTok or YouTube, that they're outsmarting people. Like, bro, it's like, go to court, win a case in real life, and then I'll respect what you're calling outsmarting or debating. That's my whole point. This whole thing, I'm smart because I outsmarted 500 people, and let's just say those 500 people are dumb. Well, you didn't outsmart nobody then. What are you talking about? So I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but to tell me that I need to somehow like think you're smart, but yet there's no proof that you're smart. Where's the proof? Oh, well, when I debate, I smash all these people I debate. Well, they're all idiots. What are you talking about? I don't understand that at all. Like, I don't see any wisdom there, like, at all. If you at least want me to think that you're smart a little bit, go to a real courtroom, win a case, and I will tell you to your face, hey, You did a good job. I'll tell you to your face. But you know what's funny? They don't ever do that. They don't ever go win. You understand? You know why? Because they're going to be debating a real lawyer. And they don't think they can win. You understand? But they'll get on TikTok to somebody that is lying, that they're real smart. I need somebody on YouTube, like, to pay attention to the comments, please, somebody. But, you know, and that's what I'm saying that because Bill, oh my God, dude, I'll do it myself. Jeez.
I'm not over there.
But you know, when Bill was saying
Brother Christian is gonna be a very good mod on YouTube, trust me.
He's gonna be
I had to remove. Yeah, he can be a great mod. Like, you know, he's very quick in dropping people, you know, like kicking people. I had to remove.
Yeah, when people start getting crazy, when they start lying, yeah, I drop them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so what Tony came in and brought up, I don't know, does anybody remember Tony coming in here and bringing up, I could be wrong, man. It's recorded, but he brought up, you know, something that was very similar, you know.
He changed his name. Did he come in? Did he have another, maybe it was another picture?
No, that's his name, but
it's familiar.
Image.
That's been his name. But it's either he came up on the panel or it was in the chat. He threw the question. I remember.
No, he came up. He came up because I remember him saying, "Oh, I can't stay long because I got a meeting or something." Same, but either way, I don't remember what book it was, but for some reason, I think it's Isaiah 20 something, and it was for the same reason. Like he wanted to talk about, you know, the end times. You know what I mean? So, but,
right. Hey, and let you know this weekend, preseason starts.
Man,
they're gonna have a horrible season.
Yeah, Giants are gonna be so bad. Cowboys are gonna do so well.
Cowboys. Yeah, okay. Cowboys. Our first preseason is Saturday against Ryan's team.
Oh, is it? I don't know why. I really don't. I just don't care about preseason. I just really don't. I don't care. I just don't, man. Look, let me just say this. None of the teams have all their best players in. And every once in a while they do put them in there, but the other team doesn't have their best players. So it's like, no. What's the whole point of even having
they bring
preseason?
them in for a quarter or two. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Well, the first 2 quarters, they'll give them for the first 2 quarters or a quarter and a half, and then they put in the rookies and the guys to see how they perform.
Bro,
That's why I like watching it.
I cannot tell you how many times for a fact that the Cowboys use their preseason to make it look like they're going to have a good year. I can't tell.
Boys, preseason champions.
Bro, listen. Hey, they'll win. Hey, they'll win 2. How many preseason games are there? 3 or?
I think 4.
Is it 4? Hey, I can't tell you how many times. I can't tell you how many times the Cowboys will win 2 or 3 of those. You know what I mean? Like all of them. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have," and I'm like, what? Like if everybody is so stupid. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's people that think there is no preseason. They think that counts. I don't know. I don't know who that is, but there's got to be people out there that think that. But I've always known that's a preseason. Like, and then, you know.
How many preseason football games are in the NFL? Let me see how many is it exactly.
Can't be more than 4 or 5. Dude.
There are 3.
Yeah, 3 is the number I thought.
It was 3, right? Yeah, I thought it was 4.
Yeah, look at.
There used to be 4, but they increased the overall season because that's what actually matters.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Man. Yeah, look at that. Look, Eric.
Like, who cares about preseason,
Cowboys Super Bowl bound, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, preseason Super Bowl bound, 100%.
Yeah.
Preseason Super Bowl bound.
No. Listen. No. This year, if the Cowboys keep who they have,
I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, you mute because you're a liar. You're a liar. We don't got to hear your lies right now. But if the Cowboys keep who they have and they get maybe one more awesome player, okay, one more, bro, it's going to be so bad for everybody else, dude. I'm not even kidding. I'm talking about 49ers.
How many more awesome players do you need?
They got them all, bro.
Christian,
they got
I was
all.
just going to say that. How many more out of the 40-man roster do they have?
Remember the defensive acquisitions you were talking about last year?
Yeah, so do you want me to repeat it? Because I could tell you don't
remember. The one that he was bragging on.
Uh-huh.
You mean the ones that he was bragging on?
Yeah, what did I say? What did I say about him? Hold on. What did I say about him? Don't lie. See, here we go. Don't lie.
Best defensive team.
Hold on. No. What's the rest? Bro, if you're going to say it, say all of it. Because that's not all I said. You lying, see?
I don't recollect.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what I said was very clearly that they're not the same defensive team. After we got, I want to say the third or fourth person, I said they're no longer. And if anybody knows anything about football or defense, just because you get 3 or 4 people doesn't mean they're going to start working as a team yet. I don't even know who thinks that. So what's going to end up happening is the season's going to go, right? And then they're going to start working as a team. And guess what? They started working as a team now. Yeah, they are going to win the Super Bowl this year. That new defense.
Right. Oh, my God.
That new defense. I said it. They're going to win. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
There was somebody delusional with you on
They're all in here. You're delusional. You're not understanding what we're trying to tell you, bro. You need spiritual eyes, okay? You got to get them spiritual eyes. See the Cowboy.
You know who's looking real nice right now? Joey B. Joe Cool.
Yeah. How about?
We're going.
Anyway, LA is going to win it all again.
Who is? Who?
The Rams.
Nah, not if they play the Cowboys. Nah.
No. Team to beat.
The Rams have Myles Garrett now, and Aaron Donald is coming out of retirement. Play with Myles Garrett.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to be crazy.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Yep. Hey, I'm going right now. I still got to send this card to Dre. I still ain't sent.
No, you haven't.
Yes.
Oh my
hold on.
I mailed the mine.
I know. Hold on. First of all, it's my fault. Let me make that very clear. It's my fault, okay? But listen, the heifer comes in here, bro, and she's like, your room, it's got to be cleaned up, bro. I should have known better. And I was like, just don't mess with too much stuff. Bro, she takes all my cards. She puts them in a certain area. Bro, I had this card on top of a stack of cards to remind me every day that I need to mail this off. Okay? That was my reminder. Well, she moves my cards. The whole weekend goes by, bro. For the past at least 2 months, my cards have not been right here. And I remember one day, I can't remember what we're talking about. And I said, oh my God. I still ain't mailed Dre the card yet. And I'm like, hey, where's my cards? Oh, I put them real nice and neat over there. I said, no, you hid them. I said, there's a reason I had them right here. Oh my gosh, dude. So I grabbed them and I put them right here a few days ago. And we're sitting here talking football and I look and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I put them right here. I need to hurry up and mail this to Dre. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I received Breezy's card and I mailed him his.
Hey, am I the only one that ain't mailed the card yet?
You're the only one who did not understand the assignment and is
No, I understood it. No, I understood it. I just failed. No, I'm the one that failed at the assignment.
Okay.
No, I understood.
Like the Catholic Church.
You're the only one that
You
failed.
notice how he tried to blame the heifer. He threw the heifer on the
I caught it.
What do you mean? Hey, well,
blame
hold on a second.
bro.
As long as I'm telling the truth and I'm not lying, then I'm not blaming. I'm telling the truth. She moved my cards. I mean, she did. She did.
Yeah,
Well, you got 2 days. Listen, you got 2 days to mail it because Dre's gonna be sleepy for the next.
Yeah.
I heard exactly what Adam told God right there. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but where's the lie? Adam wasn't lying. Adam wasn't lying.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he wasn't lying. I ain't lying either, man.
I didn't say you lied.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Guys, if anybody, listen, brisket, Bill, I forgot to ask you, look up in your area, bro, how much brisket is per pound. If you bought it from
I was gonna go tomorrow to Sam's.
No, listen. No, bro, I'm not asking at a Walmart or Sam's. I'm saying if you went to a barbecue place, how much do they sell their ready to eat per pound? You can look up right now.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I think you should send Dre a consolation brisket for his time lost.
Well, let's not get too carried away. Let's
send
not
him
get too.
Send him the other card he really wants.
No, this is the one he wants.
Oh, that's the one? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is it. Yeah.
Between $28 and $35 a pound.
In your area, 28's the cheapest. In my area, 25, I think, is the cheapest. 25, somewhere around there. 26 is the
28
cheapest.
to 35.
How much is a brisket in a
No. You got to go to a restaurant and that sells brisket, and they'll tell you on their website, bro, how much.
Mine's $50 a pound.
50 bucks. Yeah. Oh, well, there's probably some that are cheaper though, out there, because out here, I want to say 45 to 47 is probably the most you're going to pay for 1 pound out here somewhere, ready to eat at a restaurant. But it's less than the cheapest brisket is less than $30. I want to say it's like 20, 25, 27. I mean, it could be 24 maybe, but you're definitely going to.
Nick said 27 to 44.
Who did?
Nick.
27 to 44. Yeah. Out here, it's like that.
That's by Nick. Nick ain't too far from me either.
Made it beautiful Persian style spaghetti.
I better tell you. Hey, bring it closer. Bring it closer. I want to smell it.
It's really good.
Let me see. It smells delicious.
That's the actual
like
measure.
Persia.
It smells like what main seasoning has that Persia smell? What is it that you're putting on it?
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Okay. Yes.
Turmeric. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what that.
Indians, they use a lot
Turmeric.
of like what is it called? Like cumins?
Yeah. No, not cumin. They.
What is that called? I don't know. They call it something.
They use a lot of turmeric.
No.
We use turmeric and cummins also.
You're talking about curry?
Curry. Yeah, curry.
Bro,
yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
work very closely.
Yeah, we work with only like turmeric is like in everything literally, and it's so good for your intestines. If you don't know, it's like it works as an what is it called? Like this. Like it has a healing ingredients. That's what I say. Like, it always like heals your intestine from inside out. So definitely add turmeric.
Turmeric does a lot.
It's got anti-inflammatory properties.
Anti-inflammatory. Thank you so much. Yeah, exactly.
Man, y'all are addicted. Y'all addicted then. This is y'all's medication.
She knows.
I cook with a lot of curry.
Yeah,
I cook curry.
Yeah,
all
but
the time.
no, she's not talking. Saba's not talking about curry. She's talking about cumic. Or however you say it.
Curry has that in it. Curry is a bunch of seasonings put together. Turmeric,
is it? I didn't know
paprika,
that.
cayenne. Yeah. If you go into an Indian grocery store and you say, "Can I have curry?" they're gonna look at you crazy. Trust me, I did it. They're like, "Yeah, you gotta buy this, and this, and make it."
What?
I went to a West Indian place a few weeks ago because I was craving curry and some curry goat. And man, let me tell you, I went in.
Bill, what's the name of a barbecue place near you, bro? Give me the name.
I'm looking for it. I'm still looking.
Well, I'm gonna help you look, man.
He's getting distracted.
Yeah,
bro. The price of brisket per pound is the new main economic indicator, bro. We're going to use from now on. How expensive is your brisket where you're at?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Bill. Give me a name of a restaurant for God's sakes.
I'm looking for one. Give me a sec.
You don't know, bro. You've never eaten barbecue anywhere around where you live?
Yeah. I've eaten barbecue at a place called Four Rivers
Smokehouse. Four Rivers Smokehouse.
Four Rivers Smokehouse.
I've never eaten the brisket there. I only got turned on to brisket because of you.
Okay. All right.
And then they got another one on Oviola, but that's a little further out.
Hey, if I go to the website, is there going to be a 4 and an R together with the red circle around it?
Yep, that's it.
All
yes,
right.
sir.
So let me go to the menu.
Beef brisket actually came from Persia.
Oh, here we go. Somebody drop her. Somebody drop her.
Of course.
If anywhere, it came from either Texas or Brazil. One of them.
Oh, Brazil, Argentina too. Them people could barbecue.
No, I know. I'm just being silly. Let's see. Brisket, $32 a pound in California. That's okay. All right, here we go.
Florida.
Where's brisket at? I see
You need
ribs.
to look up. At Four Rivers Smokehouse, you're still looking, Trot.
I don't see brisket.
Here's another one. I'll give you another one. Brisket Barbecue Shack and Grill.
All right, look. It says right here. Hold on. Well, that's burnt ends, though. Here we go. Angus, here we go. Here's their brisket. I found it. It's $14 for a half a pound. $14.20.
Which means it's $28
So
a pound.
it's almost $29 a pound. So if you go up there and tell them, I want 1 pound of brisket, it's $29. That's how much it's going to be.
All right, look up.
I'm gonna go there.
Mighty Quinn's
probably Wednesday,
barbecue.
and
Mighty
I'm
Quinn's.
gonna order a piece. I'm gonna have some and see the quality of it if it's compared to yours.
Well, yeah, but also how much it costs. So if it tastes really good, you also have to look at how much it costs, and then you ask me, hey, if you sent it, which one would be cheaper? Now, if it's cheaper to just get their $29 a pound brisket, then get the $29 a pound brisket.
Nick gave Four Rivers 5 out of 10 compared to yours.
Do what?
That is not a sparkling review.
What?
Yeah, I have no
Nick
idea.
said Four Rivers is a 5 out of 10 compared to Trot's.
I haven't had it out here, so I'll take Nick's word for it because I haven't had it out here.
Well, Mighty Quinn's.
I'm still, I'm just hooked on Trot's brisket. That's the only one I've tasted.
He's babes in briskets. We say babes in Christ.
Babes in Christ.
I didn't even know about the pellets and how
biscuits.
they smoke it with the pellets and all that stuff. It's all new to me.
Yeah.
I just looked it up here, and it's $53 a pound up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you live in a prison.
Well, yeah, you're all the way up there in the boondocks.
He lives in a prison.
Out of prison.
What do you mean he lives in a prison?
Bro, he can't get in or out of that place. It's $1,000 to leave, $1,000 to come back on a flight. Like brisket's $53. Like,
yeah, for real. Like Big Net, man, same thing. Somebody look up Evie Mae's brisket in, I guess, Fort Worth. Is that Fort Worth? Or did you mean to put Wolfforth? I don't know what Wolfforth is. Evie Mae's, that sounds familiar, bro. I think I've eaten there before. Somebody look it up. Evie Mae's.
That's Eric.
Yeah, that's Eric. But somebody look it up. See, Christian, look that up, what he put in there, and see how much that brisket is per pound.
I is already looking.
All right.
Evie Mae's Pit Barbecue. Brisket by the pound, $36.
$36.
Wow.
Well, okay, I just did the math, Bill. So let's say I bought the brisket here for you for $75, okay?
Yeah.
All right, and it costs $75 to mill it, and I charge $75. So all together, because if it's a 20-pound brisket, now I'm gonna be a little off. I'm just giving you. If it's a 20-pound brisket, you're gonna get 10 pounds of meat. I mean, you're gonna lose about half. So that is
I know.
okay. So that is going to come out to about $22.50 per pound. That's how much it'll be.
Yeah, the only major thing is the shipping. That'll be the key.
Well, no, but
value.
the point,
we're gonna have to overnight it.
No, I know, but the point I'm making is that's $22 a pound. That place you were looking at is $29, so you're paying $7 more per pound. So, yeah, but you'll if anybody ends up choosing to do it, you'll see as soon as I show you how to sous vide it, bro, like matter of fact.
I already learned. What do you think I was doing when we were in the Airbnb, bro?
Yeah, so just so y'all know, 90% of the time when you come down here, 90% of the time, that sucker was frozen. I already made it because I knew y'all are coming. Put it in the bags, froze it. and I take it out with enough time, put it in a sous vide, and it stays in that sous vide until pretty much y'all get here. Or a couple of them were thawed out that I put in the refrigerator, and the next day they were pretty much almost thawed out, and I didn't have to put them in the sous vide much longer. But those things were already 1 to 2 days old. They taste like I literally just pulled it off the grill.
That's the next thing. I'm calling it now, Trot. Next thing you're going to hear. Trot didn't teach me how to make brisket. God did.
Yeah, pretty much. So $225 for a 10-pound brisket. No, 20. Mick, look at it. It's per pound. It's per pound. So it's $22.50 a pound. That's about how much. Now again, that's if the brisket's $75, right? So you want to look at it per pound. Anytime you're buying brisket, how much do they sell it per pound? Not how much they sell it for the brisket. It's ready to eat per pound. Yeah, so savory meats. Heck yeah. Bone broth is good for bones. So if I bought 10 pounds of brisket from you, it would be, everything will be, well, no. If the brisket was $75, we're going off $75, okay? So it depends on however much the brisket is, that's how much I charge to do it. So if the brisket's $100, I charge $100. That's just how I do it, no matter what, for the whole thing. But what you want to look at is how much brisket is per pound. That's what you want to look at. So watch this. If somebody's selling their brisket, if somebody's selling their brisket for $50 per pound, how much is 10 pounds of their brisket? Anybody?
500.
Yeah, so then it's like,
right?
I don't know. Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah, 50 times 10 is 500.
Okay,
yeah.
So that means that they're selling a 10-pound brisket for $500. Now, again, the brisket was 20, but when you cook it, you lose basically half. So they're selling 10 pounds of brisket for $500. That's if the brisket.
Yeah, and this place is selling it for 28, right? So that'll be $290.
Right.
For 10 pounds.
Right. Yeah. It's always how much you ask. How much are you selling it per pound? That's what you're asking, not how much the brisket. How much are you selling it per pound? So most of my brisket is sold. I think it's $21.80 when I do it like out here. I think it comes out to like $21.80. But when I'm melting it and all that, it could be a little bit more pricey. Which here it's like $1.50 a pound more because of shipping.
Is it this good that you're shipping your brisket, brother?
What do you mean?
What? You cook and you ship?
Saba.
Look at how puzzled he looks right now. It's like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? I don't know.
This good. Like,
let me tell you.
That's how dare you look if I ever saw one.
I need to hear testimonies. Okay, come on, guys.
We ate it every day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it didn't matter. We just, oh my goodness.
No, but I'm saying why? What's the difference between his briskets and the brisket that you eat in a restaurant? That's what I want to know.
Because
just ask everybody. Just ask everybody that ate it.
I'm asking someone answer.
Okay, somebody answer her.
Anointed.
It's anointed.
Brother Mick is like Saba. It's like the best meal you could ever have from Persia.
Saba, when you take the meat and it melts. It melts. It literally melts.
Okay, I think what they're telling you, Saba. I think Saba. I think what they're telling you is it's better. That's what they're telling you.
Butter.
No, better,
superior,
more gooder, more better.
He said that is melting like butter. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
It's better because it melts like butter.
Okay, Saba. Saba. When you're I'm sorry, what?
Marbling has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, marbling's part of it. Marbling's part of it, and how long you smoke it. It matters. So, Saba, whenever you put what kind of meat do you usually eat, Saba? What's the meat? Like, what is it?
Everything.
No, I know, but give me
We eat
one.
everything as Iranian. Okay.
Give me
lamb.
one.
Lamb. We love lamb.
Okay,
We
now
love
listen,
lamb,
listen.
so.
Do you like a lamb that when you put it in your mouth, you have to chew it 100 times before you swallow it?
Mm-hmm. No.
No. Okay. Oh my God. Hold on. Chris, guys, can I just ask her myself? So you don't like tough meat? You like it soft?
Who likes tough meat?
Exactly. Brother? That's why Bill keeps saying it's like butter.
Right. Okay. I hear you.
All right.
So you get that.
So what else?
I don't know. Ask Bill. Ask Mick and Bill. I don't know. They'll tell you.
Stop it. So you get this hoagie roll, and you butter both sides of this hoagie roll, and you lay that brisket so tenderly on that hoagie roll.
Oh my God!
Yes. And then you just take a bite, and you, from the first bite, sister, you are addicted. I'm just telling you.
You're addicted. It's about to be an ASMR episode.
Wait. Sama.
And I'm just telling you.
He's willing $500.
I got creative, Sama. I got creative, and I sent a picture of Trot. When I saw this guy do the brisket with the sausage, I say, "Hey, Trot, how about this?" And my man did it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Brother, what have you done with these brothers here?
Huh?
I said, what have you done to these brothers here?
What I did is I bewitched them. I made them believe it tastes good, and it doesn't taste good. That's what happened.
Okay, so
put a spell on
I put a spell. I said, "Holy mocus, totally chocus," and they're like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "Oh God, it's the best meat ever."
What Trot is trying to tell
my
you
wife
is when
cooked. I go, "You can't cook. Trot cooks better."
You better not. I don't know what you thought right there. You're going to be eating at that steakhouse by yourself for the next 2 weeks. You're going to have to buy
all y'all got to do is ask my wife how much does she beg for me to make a brisket. Ask her. She'll tell you almost every day. I'm not lying. You can ask her. Say, "Do you actually beg him?" She's going to say, "Yes." Oh my God, yes. She's going to say it, bro.
Okay,
100%.
I see. Okay, because we also like Persians. Obviously, we slow
No,
cook
man, you ain't got
everything.
nothing on Texas. Don't even start.
No,
I'm dropping. That's it. I had enough. I'm dropping her.
But you remember in the Bible when Jesus is with the woman at the well and the disciples come back and Jesus says, "I have meat that you know not of."
That's what that means. Yeah, that's what that means.
It's that which you do not know of.
Okay, it's like one of those. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very good description from Christian. I'm gonna give him that 100%.
Okay, I see. So what do you do? So you cook, and what do you do? Like, how do you sheep? Like, the food, like, you cook it or uncook? Well, how do you do it?
Yeah, well, I put it on the grill. I make it on the grill outside.
No, because you said you're gonna ship it. Like, it's gonna go bad. What do you mean? It's like a 24 hours like shipment?
No, I've done it. I don't know, maybe 100 times or more. No, it doesn't go bad. If you know how to do it, it don't go bad. No.
What?
Yeah.
Throw some dry ice in there; it'll be fine.
Yeah, you freeze it.
Dry ice.
You freeze
Dry
it.
ice,
You put
freeze
dry ice in there, and it. Now it could. I want to say it can last 3 or 4 days, but that's pushing it. But you want to do it overnight. You want it to hurry up and get there. So basically, it gets there in 24 hours, maybe 30.
And shipping costs have gone through the roof, so it's just expensive.
With the family that I have, man, the minute it arrives, we'll be doing
That's
it.
crazy. Like, can you ship from like Texas to London? Within the 24 hours.
Hold on. With the technology we have, y'all find out. Somebody find out. And if so, how long does it take? I don't know.
I want to try now.
I've never shipped it like that far. So I don't know. And I wish
you 100% can.
No way.
It's gonna be here like molded, like brisket.
Somebody. Okay.
It's gonna be cured. Aged steak, aged brisket.
Nah, you can do that, but there's no need. No, somebody look it up. Like if you were to mail, 10 pounds of frozen brisket.
Nick said it.
No, I know he did, but how
much is 10
how much
pounds?
is it?
Like,
That's what
how
I'm
much-
asking. Find out how much it is. If you're
Not like in dollar. I'm talking about like how much is 10 pound, like portion.
okay.
You live on it for a while. So.
How much is 10?
20 mils. 20 mils.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God,
Saba, you probably can eat maybe a half a pound, maybe in one sitting, maybe. I don't know, maybe you can't.
Okay.
But
Yes.
but a pound,
Like a steak, like a small steak.
Size.
10 pounds.
Like a ribeye.
Huge steak.
Okay, all right, somebody do the math for me. How many ounces of meat is 10 pounds? I'm not going to do it. Somebody do it. I don't know.
Show with your hand, like, you know.
Yeah, okay, my
you
bad.
show
So
it, like, with
60.
your
Okay,
hand?
so how many ounces of meat do you eat? How many ounces of meat is your steak?
I don't know ounces, brother. Like, I don't know. I
Oh,
just
my
eat
God.
like whatever.
So Trot,
Listen,
first of
average-
all,
Well,
Average
You can't
steak
just
is
say-
around
we call
16
kilo.
to
Like, we
10
usually
pounds,
buy kilos,
depending.
you know, like half a kilo, like, you know, shoulder, like, you know, whatever, minced and this and that, like, you know.
What you shipping?
Like,
up?
hey, from Dallas International via FedEx, like overnight, this direct flight to London, $265 to $500. It was just a rough.
Yeah, $500 would most likely be it. But again, you have to have special permission to do that because you can't ship meat from here to London. There's a
Right.
different
That's what I was
government.
thinking.
Yeah.
So
All
you
right.
have to
So
get special
so basically,
authorization.
all right. So basically, it would cost $500 to $600,
Which is
means
gonna be like
Just to
400
ship it.
pounds.
no,
something like
which means each pound is going to be $60 a pound.
that. Okay, so how much is gonna be in pounds?
I want to say, how close
It's like
is it to the?
400, 500 pounds.
No. What's the difference between £1 and $1?
I don't know, brother.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
I want to say ours is a little bit more, or is y'all's a little bit? I don't know.
No.
There's
unfortunately not.
I think.
Is it 0.2? So it's 20 cents more to the dollar?
So the exchange ratio for the British pound to the dollar is going to be $1.35. Oh no, yay!
Yeah,
Wait.
the dollar's going to be higher, bro. I was thinking.
Did say it.
All right,
I did
all right,
say it.
all right,
It's
I'll-
higher than the
400
euro.
pounds.
All right,
That's what I was thinking.
okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
$1.35.
okay, I thought it was 20 cents, so it's 35 cents more. So now convert.
I did. It's like 400 something pounds.
No, hold on. No. Look, listen.
$600 to 400 something pounds.
Okay, to 400 pounds. So that's how much it'd be, about 400.
443 pounds. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just say 450. 450 pounds
Yeah.
and it's because of how much it is to ship. Like, it's just expensive. You know.
It's not that bad. Like, if you have like the best meal, let's say like in a 5-star, like Nosrat is charging like literally £1,000 for his meat here in London. Nosrat, literally, like
okay,
his
yeah.
steaks,
Hold on. He's charging how much per pound?
I don't know. Like, go see their menus, but like I haven't seen like, because again, if you know Nosrat, then you know him. So he does charge in different places, like different prices. But in London, he charges like to the max. So he charges around like 600, 700 pounds, like for like maybe beef briskets, like the steaks, the stuff like for maybe like three people, 4 people. So I don't know how much they use, like, you know, but it's like, yeah, like 300, 400, I would say, like they charge. Per each, like, I don't know, serving, but I mean, it's pretty much the same. So it's, if you want to like have a good meat, like, you know, steak or whatever, that's the same, like for, you know.
All right,
and
well,
you're saying 10 pounds.
I'm telling you
more.
right now, if you were to take at least 2 of the guys, I'll just say Bill and Mick, so since they're the ones being more vocal about it. But if you were to take both of them to go taste your shalachala, whatever his name is, the guy that makes the meat out there, whatever. Whatever, Mostrid, whatever. If you were to take them 2 over there, they're either not going to know. They're either not going to know which one's better, or they're going to choose mine. Saba.
Right. They're gonna choose most probably yours because obviously you guys saying it's butter and it's like it's better.
But mine is Texas. But mine is made. This is how Texas makes brisket. So it's a very distinct, like,
it's a traditional thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a traditional Texas.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's not so traditional that
I might move to Texas, brother, like in 2029, 2030.
Where are you gonna move?
I heard. Sorry.
Where are you gonna move?
To Texas.
No, I know where.
I don't know.
To Texas. Anywhere. It doesn't matter. Anywhere.
But everyone is saying it's so beautiful. Like it's a place that to live, and a lot of Iranians they live there. Like for the past couple
where's a big Iranian place like where a lot of them are? Where?
I don't know. I haven't done my research. I just know like it's a good place like for moving if you want to live in the US.
Somebody's asking, do you use a pellet grill? I can do it both ways. I can do it with regular wood or a pellet grill. Either one. And I've done my own brisket side to side. And if I use mesquite, because I like mesquite, if I use mesquite and I do that with regular wood, not pellet, I'll choose that brisket if there's some mesquite in it. But if it's just pecan and maybe like obviously there needs to be some oak, just some oak. But if there's pecan in there, pellet grill is the oven. Well, you can call it whatever you want. I've done a side-by-side and of my own, the way I do it on both, whether it's regular wood or pellets, because pellets regular wood. And people say it's an oven, but I don't know where that's coming from. They're the same. It is very hard for me to pick which one was pellet grill or which one was regular wood. And so I don't know. I tested it
on the grill forever.
Well, yeah, because I mean that was typically, but when they started taking the wood and make it into pellets, I've had people tell me, "Oh, that's not real wood." I don't know where you're buying your pellets from, but there's a bunch of companies that make real wood pellets. It's real wood. It's not. I don't understand. It's wood is wood. So I've made them both ways, and it's the way I do it. And sometimes I can't tell. Every once in a while I can tell that the regular wood, it tastes better, but that's only if I put mesquite in it. Mesquite has a very strong flavor, and it's more strong in regular wood. But pecan, hickory. If I get a competition blend, which is going to be definitely it's going to have hickory and pecan inside of it, and I get hickory and pecan real wood, and I smoke it, both of them. I can't tell the difference. So I don't know where that lie is coming from. I can't tell the cherry.
Put it this way.
I've tried cherry. Hold on. I've tried cherry on a brisket. I don't know, man. It's all right. It's okay on a brisket.
Pork, isn't it? Cherries for pork.
Yeah, you want to use it, but now if you use a little bit of cherry with a lot of pecan and a lot of hickory, it does give it a different. But it is good though. It is good.
How about the apple?
I just use the competition blend.
Yeah, competition blend is the way to go, man. That's the way to go.
How about apple? Do they use apple?
Yeah, but on pork, not
pork.
You can probably put a couple of little chunks in there to maybe give it a different flavor, but mosquitoes? My husband uses mosquitoes. Man, how do you catch that many mosquitoes? Oh, you mean mesquite. Yeah.
But put it this way, if Trot was alive when the Shah was throwing his little party, all the meat would have been the brisket.
Pretty much. Yeah.
All the meat with what? What?
All the meat that the Shah ordered for that big party of his, he would have just ordered it from Trot and flown it over.
Right.
Hey, Saba,
that's the
Lorena on YouTube said it would probably be cheaper for Saba to fly to Texas to eat the brisket.
It would actually. Almost.
No way, dude.
No, that's not true.
It would probably cost like.
I have a direct flight to London right now. That would only be like I think it's like $300.
No way, bro. She's got to get back home. She's got to get back home, bro.
Cheapest flights you can get to London round trip right now is over $1,000.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be $1,000. Yeah, round trip.
Similar when I traveled, to Iran, it's pretty much the same. Like £1,000, it would cost me to go, and come back.
They won't let you ship out in the airplane meats.
They wouldn't.
Yeah.
Ship what? Meat on the plane.
I don't know what he said.
What? Brother, what did you say?
What'd you say, Bill?
But yeah. So yeah, brother, I don't know. Like,
I
wish I could travel to the U.S., but I mean, I'm waiting for my passport, so I have to wait till 29. That's when I can get like my ILR, and then I can get my passport like a year after. So that's why I'm waiting. But I don't know if it's gonna be risky for me to apply for a visa for the like to the US now, because if I've already been rejected once when I was like 16, so they already rejected me.
Dang, that's because you're bad. You're trouble. They're like, we don't want no trouble.
And they held me like for a whole, I would say 12 to 14 hours in the embassy. It was me and one of my friends. Like we used to like, the whole plan was to visit one of the banks like in New York. So it was only me and another Iranian guy with my school, obviously. But they rejected only me and him, and everybody else got their visa, even the Georgians, everyone.
Find out Saba's on the watch list.
She's on the watch list.
Yeah.
No.
No, but I mean, that was with my Iranian passport, obviously. So I don't use my Iranian passport. It's no longer valid anyways, but.
Yeah. So, okay. It looks like Houston, Austin, and Dallas all have like, like areas where there's a lot of Iranians living there.
Not only that, Los Angeles, we call it Irangeles.
No, Iran. Well, no, Los Angeles is the biggest. That's the biggest one. But Fort Worth,
there's streets and roads and shops and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
so look at this. I'm pulling it up right now. It says Persian, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let me see. Survey in 2019. So that's what, almost 7 years ago, whatever. Estimated approximately 14,000 Iranians live in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I know there's a lot of Iranians in Texas. I know. It's like the population there is crazy. It's getting even like larger.
Yeah, well, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it says right here, the population is approximately 14,000. And apparently they're concentrated in the Plano area. Yeah.
We have our own cult, Persian cult.
He's talking about them like they're like a herd of
we have our own Persian
They're concentrated.
Okay?
Yeah, they're concentrated. Yeah, they're concentrated there. We got them there. We got them there by standing behind them and just going, and they.
What do you mean like concentrated? What do you mean by that? Isn't it like means like it's like it's an area that they live in?
Yeah, concentrated means like there's a lot of them right here. Concentrated, right?
That's what I said. Okay,
yeah,
a cluster. A cluster.
Yeah, like meaning right. So like if someone says that they want to come to America,
clustered, yeah,
and they want to be around a lot of Iranian people, then you would want to know where are they mostly concentrated at, and then it'll help you find an area where most of them are. Anyway, all right, guys, it's already 12:30. We're gonna hop off. I guess today was more pay attention to who wants you around and who don't, and I mean, come on, people can say they want you around, but you start talking about descaled or trot, and all of a sudden they got an issue with you. The issue's with them. I don't know any of these people personally, none. So if I don't know none of them personally, then that means the issue's on them. It ain't on me, because you're not going to hear me doing what you hear these people doing. I don't go around just being hateful. No. They come over here to this live and they're crazy, and I tell them to get the heck out of here. So it's always them. It's always them. Always doing something. Always bad-mouthing, descaled, bad-mouthing, try. Everybody always act like they got a reason. Oh, I just have a reason. No, you don't. Stop lying. You ain't got no reason. You go grow up. Take your thumb out of your mouth. Quit crying like you're a little kid. Grow up already. I can't help it. I can't help you. Okay? Can't help you. Not a little.
Just don't sit right with my spirit.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow. All right, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless. We out.